In today's video, we're going to be talking about frugal habits that can actually cost us money. Habits maybe that you have been doing for so long, you may not even realize you need to reevaluate them and see if they are still saving you money as they did in the past. Today, we're going to be looking at common mistakes frugal people may make in their pursuit to save money. Welcome, sweet friends. My name is Emmy, and this is the channel Frugal Money Saver. My husband, Paul, is with me as well. We're so happy you are here. So let's talk about today's video. So many times throughout our frugal journey, we cultivate habits, things that we have done repeatedly over the years. But sometimes we really need to step back and look at them and see, are they really saving us money, or could they possibly be costing us money? We're also going to look in today's video at my $5 frugal birthday Goodwill haul. And we're also going to be getting into the kitchen to make a delicious one-pan meal, so much better than the box stuff that you buy at the store. Let's get right into some common mistakes frugal people can make on their journey. Number one, please remember your time is worth money. Something that people can end up doing, which really can cost them, is driving around to different gas stations or even supermarkets to get the best price on something. If your gas station and your supermarkets are all in a really 1 mile radius, then that's not a bad idea to do. If you're driving several miles to save a couple of cents on a gallon of gasoline, that is not good common sense. It will cost you more to drive around and look for that lesser priced gas than if you had gone to one that maybe was a penny or two more right near you. And that goes for grocery shopping as well. I have 3 grocery stores within maybe a mile of us or so. And yes, I do compare prices. I also have a grocery store that's a little farther away, and sometimes they have amazing prices. So if I look at the flyer and see it's really good, then I'll do all my shopping there. But don't drive all over town to save a couple of dollars on food. You not only waste your time, you waste money, and you really have to see if that extra savings is really even a savings. Number 2, something else that you may think you're saving money on, but can cost you greatly in the long run, is not maintaining yourself or the items you own. Let's start with yourself. I don't want to go to the dentist. It's going to cost me more. Or I don't want to get that physical because I'm going to have to pay out of pocket for it. Maintaining our health is so important because if we don't, it can lead to bigger bills down the line. As you know, Paul and I pay a lot for our health insurance. But for us, in the long run, God forbid something happens, we're covered. Hospital bills, doctor bills, these things can really mount up. Preventative care is the way to go. And the same thing with our vehicles. Do you change the oil? Do you check the air pressure in your tires? Do you check the tread on your tires? Maintaining things in the long run can save you thousands of dollars. So don't skimp on something like maintenance for yourself, for your loved ones, even your pets. I'm going to include that as well. Dixie gets her physical every year. Yes, we do pay out of pocket for it. But if it's something, God forbid, that's serious, they'll catch it right away. Just make sure you maintain the important things in your life. Number 3, trying to save money by constantly refusing social engagements or hanging out with your friends or family because it might cost you some money. It can really take its toll on friendships and relationships. There are so many ways to get together with friends and family that are low cost. You don't have to spend a ton to get together with friends and family, but a lot of people will refuse invitations because they may not have the money or they feel it's a waste of money. That can cost on an emotional level. Think of ways that you can do things that cost little together with people. My birthday was this past weekend. Paul asked me, "What do you want?" And I said, "You know what? Give me $10 and I'm going to go into the thrift store." And this is a great way to have a good time with a friend. Take them to the thrift store, give them a $10 bill and tell them to pick anything they want. Most people really think thrift stores are pretty cool now. Back in the day when Paul and I used to go to them, people would almost frown on them. Ooh, they're dirty, this, that, and the other thing. Now they're like the rage. And it's so funny to see that, like they're just being discovered. Now, Paul and I have used them for years, literally. I said, give me that $10 and I'll go into a thrift store and just pick out what I want. I'm going to show you that in a minute. What I'm trying to share with you is, it's not about the money. It's about the time you spend together, the experiences you can have for $5 or $10. If you want to go with a friend for $10, you each get a $5 cup of coffee somewhere. You may say, wow, $5 for a cup of coffee. But as a social engagement or to take someone out for their birthday, that's a lovely thought. You're spending time with them. Just look and evaluate how many times you're saying no to get-togethers because you don't want to waste money. Think of alternate ways to have a good time that cost little. Now we're going to get to my thrift store splurge. I was given 10. Wait till you see what I spent. I got change back. Paul also did a little splurge for me for my birthday. We don't do this often, but it was important to him. He's like, well, I want to buy you something. I said, I'd love a bakery cake because we never buy them. Let us show you our little Goodwill haul and also our splurge on a bakery cake. I have to show you what I got for my birthday from Goodwill for, actually it was under $5, but I rounded up. This is so fun. So let's take a peek. I have wanted a salad spinner forever. This is the OXO brand. Beautiful condition. I was just looking it up online. It said you can use this as a colander and that can be used as a salad bowl. We eat salads all the time with dinner, as you know. And I thought this was so neat. So, okay, I was like, what is this little bump right here? So I figured it out. So what I did was I pushed, I locked it, spinning, it stops it. So, I don't know, I just thought that was so cool. So this was $3.99. It's in beautiful condition. Of course, we're gonna wash it thoroughly. Then I found this adorable blouse. Look at this for summer. It's wrinkled. I just took it out of the bag. I gotta wash everything. It was a blue tag. Blue tags were 50% off, $5.99. And the best part is it's a Talbot's, which any of you know, very good name. I thought this was so cute for summer with a pair of like capris and strappy sandals. And then my last find, if you've been following our channel for any length of time, you know how much I love gingerbread men. Look at this cup. Does this cup not scream Emmy? It was in beautiful, perfect condition. It's got Gingy right on it and Gingy's baking. I just love this. It's going to be a year-round cup. And the best part, it was a Temptations. And again, those of you who follow me know I look for Temptations in thrift stores all the time. They're just a great brand. I was beyond happy with this. My big $1.99 splurge. These are the 3 items I picked for my birthday. Let's peek at our receipt. The first item was the shirt. And it was $5.99, 50% off. Then they told me when they started ringing me up that I had a $5 credit. So they took $1.67 off the shirt. The cup was $1.99, but I only got charged 88 cents because they took off $1.11 from that $5 I had credit on there from I don't even remember where. And then my salad spinner was $3.99. It came to $1.77. And then they asked me if I wanted to round up 74 cents, which I did absolutely. So it came to $3.98, 28 cents. Tax, my roundup was 74 cents, came up to $5 even. I saved $8, $5, birthday treasures, things that I actually will enjoy using. You can't beat buying used good quality. Paul splurged and bought me this little cake. Our son is here, and the three of us for my birthday are going to try this. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate covered strawberries on top. This is from Caroluzzi's in Danbury, Connecticut, and it looks delicious. So here's a definite little splurge. Look at those berries. I have to say, the mug, I think, was my favorite. I was so enthralled with that mug when I saw it. $5 for those three items, had a $5 bill left over. It's amazing what you can find. It was fun to walk through the store with Paul. We don't do it often anymore, so it was just such a fun treat. The cake was amazing. It was so fun to have a real bakery cake. If you've watched our videos, you know we make our own cakes 90% of the time, but Paul really wanted to splurge on something, and I really didn't need anything. I mean, those little things I found at Goodwill were perfect. So the cake was just such a highlight. So there are ways to go about being with friends and family that cost little and that maintain those good, healthy friendships and family bonds. Number 4, making things from scratch that may not be cost effective. There are people who make everything from scratch, especially if you're in a large family. Now, for Paul and I have to be very careful. We eat pretty clean, but there are things that don't last, like homemade mayonnaise. We never seem to use it in the allotted time that it's supposed to be used. We just don't. We don't use mayonnaise that often. It's definitely more cost effective for me to buy mayonnaise when it's on sale because I end up throwing out the eggs and the avocado oil and all that good stuff that goes into the mayonnaise because we haven't used it all. So these are things that when you're going to cook from scratch, if it looks like it's going to cost you in the way of waste or finances or something that you may not use, go with just a really good, pure, wholesome, store-bought item. For us, there are all kinds of really good organic mayonnaises that last longer and that are more cost efficient for us. Just make sure that when you're making these big batch from scratch items, they are cost effective for your family. And number 5, this is one that I still kind of struggle with. It's buying too much food to save money or cooking too much food to save money. I went through our pantry the other day and I had so many cans of canned tomatoes. I would never use them before they expired. We gave them to the food pantry. I make my own homemade tomato sauce and freeze it, but these were just too many cans. They were on super sale, stock up, stock up. It was actually Paul who told me no more. Our pantry is full. And I'm like, no, this is such a great price. We'll use them. He's like, and sure enough, he was absolutely right. And I wanted to get them out of the house before they did expire. So you have to be really careful of that. And also cooking. I tend to cook a lot. I've gotten better. And I've also learned if I do cook in a big batch, I'm doing it intentionally and freezing it or keeping it for leftovers the next day. Food is one of the most expensive items out there. And I'm talking good quality food. It's crazy how these prices have gone up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into the kitchen and show you a small batch, one pan meal that is so cozy and delicious. Paul's going to do a taste test. So let's turn this camera around. Be frugal, not make more than we need unless it's intentional, and get into the kitchen. We are in the mood for some cozy comfort food. And tonight we're going to make our own hamburger, egg noodle, one pan delicious dish. It's kind of like a hamburger helper, but I wouldn't even call it that because this is better for you. So what do we have? If you remember from a food haul I showed you, we had gotten grass-fed beef hamburgers and Paul separated them. They were on clearance. And what we did was we put a half a pound in each package, 2 burgers. So we're gonna cook these up today and not use them as burgers, but as ground beef. So we've got a half a pound of ground beef. Our seasonings are, and I will type this out for you down below. We've got a little over a tablespoon of ketchup, a dollop of mustard, looks like a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and then we have a little less than a teaspoon of sugar. You can omit that if you'd like. A tablespoon of cornstarch, and then just some crushed ground pepper. And of course, salt to taste. We've got a cup of milk, open bag of egg noodles, and I just weighed them. So this is about 4 ounces of egg noodles. Now for this, we can thank our son. He went out to eat, and of course, he didn't eat any of the broccoli he had ordered. And he dropped it off and he's like, I knew you wouldn't want me to waste this and I'm not gonna eat it. And I was like, great, we'll add it to tonight's dinner. It'll be perfect. And then a cup of shredded cheese. This all cooks together in one pan. So easy, so delicious. First thing we're going to do is brown the ground beef. I am just browning that ground beef. I broke the patties up, as you can see. Perfect. There's just Paul and I, so I'm scaling back, but of course you can double this recipe. Once this is cooked through, I am going to drain out any fat that is in the pan. I drained off most of the oil, and now what I'm doing is adding 1.5 cups of hot water. Just going to show you what the original recipe looks like. Okay, can you even, that's why I said I'll type it out for you. Why the original recipe way back when called for hot water, I don't know, but I've done it this way ever since. To this, we're going to add 1 cup of milk. All our wonderful seasonings are going right in. I'm just going to whisk this gently, make sure everything gets incorporated. I'm adding my 4 ounces of egg noodles. Now this is over medium, and we're just going to whisk it gently, and we're going to wait for it to come to a boil. So this just came to a boil. I'm just giving it a little bit of a stir, wiping down the sides. Now we're going to put this on low. You want it on a super gentle simmer. We're going to cover it, and we're going to let it cook about 5 minutes or so. We'll check the noodles at that point. I just removed the cover. Look at this. I did lift the cover while it was simmering and just gently mixed it several times. This cooked for 5 minutes. I just tasted a noodle. It is tender. Now we're going to add our cup of cheese and compliments of our son, the cooked broccoli. Now, if you're using uncooked broccoli, you can give it a steam first, or if you're using frozen, just run it under some hot water to defrost it. We're just going to cook this on low for about another minute, melting that cheese and heating the broccoli through. Easy and delicious comfort food. The cheese has melted and the broccoli has heated all the way through. This is some cheesy goodness right here. Would you like to do a taste test?
Sure. So here we go. This is cheesy hamburger helper, homemade with leftover broccoli, which I thought was a great idea. Let's try this. Wow, it's hot. Cool it. This is delicious. Wow. You know what's neat? So I told Emmy, I said, look up the ingredients on the stuff that's on the shelf at the supermarket. And there are things in there, I mean, I don't even think my car has them. There's chemicals and these large words. I have no idea. But this doesn't have any of that. This is really, really fresh. It's warm. On a day like today, up in the Northeast, we had snow this morning. This is just a great meal. You got to try it. Definitely Paul approved.
As Paul mentioned, he wanted me to screenshot what the back of the box of that hamburger mix looks like, which I did. I looked it up online and I took a screenshot of it. Let's just look at those ingredients for 1 minute. It's a little bit blurry, but you can see. Let's see. What are some of these? We've got disodium phosphate, natural flavors, which could be MSG, absolutely. We've got some colors in there, yellow 5 and 6, monoglyceride, sodium phosphate, etc. There are things in there that we definitely don't know 100% what they are. I could look them up on the internet, I'm sure. It's got to be FDA approved. It's food, right? But do we want to put them in our body? That's up to you. The dish we made was frugal, delicious. I felt much better eating it than I ever would eating the other stuff. And I'm sure it did not cost much more. All we used was some spices, egg noodles, milk, and beef. And the milk and beef, I noticed you had to add to that box mix as well. So it's really not costing you much at all. So this was a dish that should go on your rotation for just some frugal deliciousness. Today's question of the day: what have you reevaluated in the way of frugal habits that maybe aren't saving you so much money anymore? Your family size maybe has changed, your priorities have changed. What is it that you used to do to save money that just doesn't work for you anymore? Share that with us down below, because it won't only encourage our viewers, but it'll encourage Paul and I as well. And we are so thankful for that. We appreciate you so much spending this time with us. We ask that you give this video a big thumbs up. It helps us so much here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't. If you love videos about homemaking and frugal cooking, frugal lifestyles, intentional living, this is your channel. Come on in and be part of our family, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. And until our next video, may God greatly bless you.